Kentucky, Louisville, and now Ohio State. They have beaten 3 of the 4 finalists of the Final Four last year. That's what started this season, okay? Think about that.
Coach, let's start with this team. Some teams never figure out how to be on the same page, but it feels like this team has already figured it out.
You know, this team is a good team. And I think one of the main reasons it starts with 3 seniors who already knew who they were. We told everyone we're going to build around those 3 guys. And so you have a great inside player, a guy who could be a National Player of the Year in Mason Plumlee. You have this other 6'10" guy who can go inside and shoot, and Ryan Kelly, who's had a lot of experience. And then Seth Curry, one of the best scorers in the country. The only problem with that is Seth's injury that we've been monitoring or managing, and he can only practice like once a week. As a result of that, though, the guy who takes his place, Tyler Thornton, gets reps with the main guys, more reps. And so his role is like the kind of super sub on the perimeter has heightened. The other 2 spots on the perimeter were questionable. You know, you wanted to trust and believe in Quinn Cook, and he did okay, but he didn't play that well in his first 2 exhibition games and first game. But against Kentucky, he took off, and he's not come back.
Cook will have a chance. And he banks it in!
And then you have a freshman starting who might not have started. If Seth was there, we might have looked at it something different. So Seth's injury kind of led us into Tyler becoming better and Rashid having the opportunity to assert himself as a scorer in practice because of Seth not being there. And now we have to just keep working on the bench.
When a team like this gets it, does it change the way you coach, either in practices or in games?
Well, it certainly does. I mean, when a team gets it, that means you're not coaching attitude. You motivate, but you don't have to motivate that as much. In other words, you can teach and be X and O, and in a game, really manage the game where you're never worried about the attitude or competitiveness of your team. And for the most part, that's what our team has been. That helps a coach immensely. It keeps your team fresher and at a higher level, and everyone on that team, coaches and players, at a better level.
Plumlee follows the miss from Suleiman.
You talked about Mason Plumlee a couple minutes ago. He's been fantastic. What have you seen develop in his game to put him at this level?
I think Mason has just developed like most normal guys do, but at a higher level, in that he's gotten better every year. And now that he's a senior, the maturity that he has with age and experience has matched where he is with his talents, and then he's improved some of those talents. But it's not just talent, that it's maturity, experience, and then the ability to look and see the end line. You know, where do I want to finish? Where do I want to finish as a team that I'm the leader of? Where do I want to finish as a player when I'm through with my career? There's a certain amount of maturity that you need to be able to see that and then plan ahead. That's who Mason is. He's a man. He's a man. He's thinking like a man, and he's certainly playing like a man.
We're sitting here next to the 4 national titles, all the years, all the great wins, the Cameron crazies. Is there a point you ever said, I've built something really unique here?
Well, I've not said we've built it. I think we continue to build. And because if you said that you built, then it's done, and it has a chance to go down. And rather, you want to keep building and know that what you have built so far, not just you, but your entire group have built, because you want it to be everybody's. And in our program, it is. Everybody identifies with it. You want to have a sense of, what are we going to do next? Try not to look too much in the rearview mirror. You know, you look somewhat because of the lessons that you've learned in the past, and you look at that much more than the accomplishments. Because if you look at the accomplishments, there's a chance that you won't you won't be as hungry. And in order to keep building, you have to stay hungry.
One thing I noticed just looking at this week at some numbers, Notre Dame had an incredible football season. Their graduation success rate was nearly 100%. You've had similar success in basketball, both on the court and the classroom. What's it mean, and what does it take to build both academically and athletically?
Well, the academics, I think, is part of being a part of a great school. I think there are a lot of coaches who, if they were coaching at Duke, would have a great graduation rate. You don't come here thinking of getting by. What can I avoid? That type of thing. So the nature here is to graduate, and we want to, and we're all in that, But I don't think it's something we should take credit for. I think our school and the kids should take credit for it, because the school is set up to do that, and then the kids we recruit feel that that is something that they want. And when you combine that and then make sure you don't get in the way, where you're not fighting that, you're with it, which we do, obviously, you're going to get great success.
I want to talk about something we're seeing a lot right now in college athletics, schools switching conferences. It's really upheaval kind of moment right now in college sports. I think you even mentioned one time you felt like a little bit like the ACC might be vulnerable. What are you seeing right now in college sports, and how does it settle down? How does it end?
Well, I don't think it's settled down at all. I think it's very chaotic, and it doesn't have an end line. Like there's not this master plan that we're trying to get to, and I think that's sad. The governing body for college athletics is the NCAA, but they have no power in this, none. And so I find that to be scary. Look, we're all academic institutions. We're all based on tradition. You want rivalries. You want this pure thing, and it's not that. It's not that. And as a result, there have been. It's chaotic. You have all this. There's going to be a disparity in the amount of money that's made by a certain number of schools as opposed to others. And when you have that much disparity, there will be decisions that will be made by both groups that could lead to different ways that we see how football and basketball are played or competed for in our country. There might be another division in the NCAA. There might be a new organization. I mean, those are all realistic expectations based on the activity that we have right now. So again, then there's no master plan.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck this season.
All right, thank you.
So you made it through the whole video, huh? Much more on the ACC Digital Network. See those boxes there? Go ahead, give them a click. Especially that big old subscribe now button. What you waiting for?